For session 4 of the Global Student Ambassadors program, we're going to focus on drafting concise, effective, one-paragraph bios. Today I'm going to provide some feedback from the first Global Ambassador bios that were submitted. I hope they're helpful to a broader audience as well. For each of the drafts, I'm going to share with you my initial reactions, quick copy edits that I could do in about 5 or 10 minutes, and finally suggestions for more substantive edits or additions that you could consider acting on. Before writing your bios in sentence form, you should think about the key information and the stories that you want to highlight. Even if they don't end up in your actual bio, having a concrete list of the most important challenges, successes, lessons learned, failures, etc. should be helpful to you in introducing yourself, in writing or refining your resume, and in general job and other types of interviews. Make sure your bio tells the story of your career, that it highlights relevant passions, and that it communicates your future goals. After someone reads your bio, they should be able to answer the following questions. What do you do? What experiences have you had? What have you accomplished? What do you value? What are you passionate about? What problem of your target audience can you help solve? Let's dive into the first drafts.
Arturo Salas is a first-year student pursuing a degree of System Analysis and Development at UniInter. He earned his undergraduate degree in law from the Pontifical Catholic University of Goiás in 2014 and has been working in Banco do Brasil for over 10 years now, currently as a business advisor and developer for payment interfaces in Brasília. Driven by curiosity and his passion for solving problems, his main career goal is to combine these knowledge areas and translate it into evolution and efficiency for Brazil's financial environment. He sees the UniInter Global Ambassador program as an opportunity to improve his English, collaborate, and help other students, sharing insights from his personal and professional experiences. Please hit pause for a moment now and think about what changes you would suggest to this bio.
This is a solid, straightforward bio. The questions that came to mind as I was reading your bio include the following. Should he include that he's currently a first-year student? Does the value of the specificity outweigh the potential costs of signaling that he's very early on in his studies? How competitive is the PUC Goiás? If there's numerical data that can help communicate your competitiveness and past successes, consider using it. What is the most relevant contribution to the payment interface design that you have done? When you say combine these knowledge areas, what are you referring to? How could you rewrite the last sentence to better stand out? Here are my quick copy edits.
Arturo is a first-year student pursuing a degree in Systems Analysis and Development at UniInter. He earned his undergraduate degree in law from the Pontifical Catholic University of Goiás in 2014 and has since worked at Banco do Brasil's global headquarters in Brasília as a developer and business advisor for payment interfaces. An experienced problem solver, his focus is on combining technical expertise and industry knowledge to drive efficiency in financial systems. Arturo is excited to share his career insights with younger global student ambassadors and to refine his fluent English in an accomplished cohort. Bento Cardoso, born and raised in a modest region of São Paulo, Brazil, completed all his high school education in public school. He is currently serving as a junior screening analyst at Planeton, providing digital solutions for various insurance companies, and recently had the delight of becoming a computer engineering student at UniInter. Bento has always enjoyed learning new things, and in the case of technology and languages, it was no different. He is committed to expanding his knowledge about the functioning of computers so that in the future he can work in the field of national defense. Additionally, while expanding his knowledge, he intends to open a restaurant focusing on Turkish cuisine. When not working or studying, you can find him cycling or playing chess online. Please hit pause for a moment now and think about what changes you would suggest to this bio.
My initial thoughts on this are that much of the text lacks specificity and examples. The two specific goals of working in defense and opening a Turkish restaurant seem disconnected and at odds with each other. The target audience would be hiring decision makers in national defense, but also restaurant funders, I guess? Questions that came to mind as I was reading your bio include the following. What do you mean by modest? Is that poor or small or both? Be precise and show the relevance. What do you do as a screening analyst? What digital solutions do you provide? Which type of insurance companies do you work with? I'm curious as to why you included online in online chess. It's a detail, but the mental image that's painted for me of someone playing chess live is someone sitting up and concentrating over a table. Whereas when I think about online playing, I think of online games, and it seems a little bit less serious. So here are my quick copy edits.
Bento Cardoso works full-time at Planeton, a digital solutions provider for the insurance industry, while pursuing a degree in computer engineering at Uniinter. His commitment to acquiring strong technical and foreign language skills are uncommon among the students who attended his public school in a modest neighborhood of Sao Paulo. Bento's sights are set on working in national defense. When not working or studying, you can find him cycling, playing chess, or testing new Turkish cuisine recipes. Carlos Garces is a computer engineer student at Uniinter. He loves science and more recently got interested in tech. He currently works as a flight equipment technician at Brazilian Air Force, but he wants to change his career. Passionate to learn, he wants to dedicate his efforts to immerse himself in this deep new world of technology. He had completed an introductory online course in cybersecurity at Cisco Networking Academy, and he is currently taking another one in data science at the same institution. One of his goals is to be a reference in his field, and to make it real, he believes the education and practical experience is the key. To approach that, he will apply to a master's program at ITA, Institute of Technology of Aeronautics, in partnership with the company Embraer, where he will be able to enhance his knowledge in engineering and test it in a practical way. When not studying, he loves spend time playing the guitar and listening to podcasts. Reading is one of his hobbies too. Among his favorite books are the biographies of Steve Jobs and Albert Einstein. Please hit pause for a moment now and think about what changes you would suggest to this bio.
Questions that came to mind as I was reading your bio included, why should I bother to keep reading this bio when there are 6 basic typos and spelling mistakes that were automatically highlighted by Microsoft Word? If you don't put in the work and pay attention to detail, why on earth should somebody else do that for you? How does your text show that you follow through, which is something deeply valued by employers? You mentioned numerous different interests and the desire to change your career. Where are your real-life examples of resilience in adversity or specific accomplishments? As it is, you share really big names and dreams, ITA, Embraer, Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, without showing that you'll do the work to get to where they got. What percentage of students who start a Cisco Networking Academy course complete it? What examples can you give of active engagement? Listening to podcasts and reading books is great, but these seem like passive activities. So here are my quick copy edits.
Carlos Garces is a computer engineering student at Uniinter. He works as a flight equipment technician in the Brazilian Air Force and has a growing passion for science and technology. Encouraged by his experience completing an online course in cybersecurity at Cisco Networking Academy, he is now taking a second Cisco course in data science. Carlos is willing to put in the time and effort to achieve his dreams. His sights are currently set on gaining entry to a master's program at Brazil's prestigious Institute of Technology and Aeronautics. When not studying, he loves playing guitar, listening to podcasts, and reading biographies of leaders in science and business. Denise Brandão is a student of analysis and systems development at Uniinter. She has been fascinated by the English language since childhood. She started studying English on her own, and thanks to her effort, she earned a scholarship through the Win the World program to study in Australia when she was 16 years old. It was an enriching experience in her life, where she improved her English skills, met new people, and learned a lot by stepping out of her comfort zone. She aspires to become an outstanding professional in her field of study and positively impact people's lives. Please hit pause for a moment now and think about what changes you would suggest to this bio.
My initial reaction here is that you need to better show the relevance of past learning and performance to your future goals. Questions that came to mind as I was reading your bio include, what was the motivation to pursue systems analysis and development? All other aspects of your bio are focused on English language and study abroad skills. You asked if I thought that including information on the pharmaceutical industry makes sense given that you're looking for a job elsewhere. I would say that it definitely does. Unless you have a very short or negative experience in the pharmaceutical industry, there are a lot of parallels that could be useful. For example, a 100% attendance record, or the customer service that you provide, or deadlines and challenges that you've successfully faced. All of those things in the pharmaceutical industry aren't specific to that sector. With respect to your scholarship, this is a great way to show that you're a competitive student and to quantify your experience. How many candidates were there who competed for that prize? You talk about impacting people's lives. What does that mean to you?
Eduardo Minlan is a Peruvian entrepreneur and product manager with over 12 years of experience in banking, insurance, and digital innovation. He specializes in financial inclusion, fintech, and CRM strategies, leveraging his expertise to design customer-centric solutions that drive measurable results. As a university lecturer and fintech researcher, Eduardo combines his academic background with practical insights to address real-world challenges. Currently based in the United States, he is pursuing opportunities to expand his impact in the tech and financial services sectors while building a digital banking platform focused on micro investments. Please hit pause for a moment now and think about what changes you would suggest to this bio.
My initial reaction from this is that it's a polished bio that could benefit from just modest edits to more clearly connect your focus on fintech and financial inclusion with your specific skills and accomplishments. You highlight your expertise as an entrepreneur, as an employee, and as a lecturer and researcher. Given that your job search includes opportunities in entrepreneurship and the private sector, it might be challenging just to pick one, entrepreneurship or working for a company. Regardless, you should avoid fluffy, vague statements. For example, what do you mean by, quote, leveraging expertise to design customer-centric solutions that drive measurable results? Or practical insights to address real-world challenges. Instead of giving those vague statements, give specific examples with impact from your own life experience. Questions that came to mind when I was reading through your bio included the following. What were a few key accomplishments from your 12 years of work experience that you should highlight? What part of financial inclusion most interests you? Financial inclusion can mean nonprofit microloans at a local level, or it can mean opening up national economies for profit maximization at scale. To what extent are you focused on building a new digital banking platform versus adapting or using existing ones in a new market? There's lots of buzz in fintech right now. Which specific parts of that industry are you uniquely qualified to contribute to? So here are my quick copy edits.
Eduardo Minlan is a Peruvian entrepreneur and product manager with over 12 years of experience in banking, insurance, and digital innovation. He specializes in financial inclusion, fintech, and CRM strategies, having worked at X, Y, and Z companies. Eduardo designed X that achieved Y for Z. As a university lecturer and fintech researcher, Eduardo keeps his skills honed and knowledge current to keep up with the rapidly changing industry. Based in the United States, he is pursuing opportunities to grow digital banking platforms that serve customers with micro-investment needs.